Morning, fellow zombies. It's 4:16 in the morning, West Coast time. It's the Tuesday, the 21st of May, 2024. The zombie weaver, John C. of Rosamond, California. What's going on, guys? So, I've been trying to save some of the videos I've seen on YouTube, just trying to keep things going. Stuff that actually mattered a great deal to me. I save recipes from YouTube, stuff I could probably use and stuff I probably couldn't use. I'll tell you one thing. The crock pot I had, wonderful, usable, and if I can get it plugged in with power source, it's able to cook me stuff as long as I know what the hell I'm cooking and try not to kill myself in the process. So, yesterday, I kept thinking, fearing like crazy because of the damn bug war we got over here. Orkin still hasn't showed up in the past several weeks. I don't know what's going on with management at this point. But getting back to regular survival cooking at this point, there was a recipe I still wanted to try. Uh, Pork chops smothered and bathed and cooked in cream of mushroom. It's an old recipe my family had. You have to brown your meat. You have to brown your meat, which means you take your pork chops, get a bit of a cooked crust on the outside of both sides, and then put them into a crock pot. Fill it up with, not entirely, but maybe one or two big cans of cream of mushroom soup. I'm a Campbell's fan. I do that all the time. Yeah, cheap shot's okay if I'm trying to save being a cheapskate on money, but some brands I still stick with. And then add a little bit of milk, not much to it, because there's going to be some juice out of the damn thing anyway. And throw in some canned mushrooms in it. That works. Leave it cooking for about 4 to 6 hours. Leave that on slow. Sometimes fast will work about 4 to 6 hours. But I have to make sure that the pork's going to be cooked thoroughly and tenderly enough, because if it's going to be tender enough, it's going to be falling directly off the bone. And once I get that liquid basis in it, I can use that gravy for rice mostly, or any other kind of starch that I'm using. Only if I'm using the crock pot to get that stuff cooked. However, when it comes down for stovetop cooking, it's a different story altogether. I have to make sure that the meat is cooked nearly thoroughly enough. And what I mean is safe enough to eat. And after that, the fun part is putting it into a pot that I can use. Non-stick would be preferable. Non-stick would definitely be preferable. But if all I got is stainless steel, there comes the grease. About a third cup of margarine or butter. Hell with the damn spray. I don't want the grease in the damn thing. So I want it greasy enough that it's going to be not sticking as much in the pan. Mix everything else in there. A little, about half a can of milk if I had to. I think I did that about then. Almost a full can. Because I'm doing a stove and I'm not doing the crock pot. The crock pot can keep and trap the heat and the moisture and keep it going and keep the meat and the stuff cooked in there. So I have no problem with that. But on the stove, I got a problem with that. Every so often, I have to keep a lid on the pot and have to keep stirring it every so often so it doesn't stick and burn. Burnt soup is not fun. And slowly but surely, about an hour and a half, I keep at it. Eventually, it'll cook to me to a point. Not to the point I like, but I'll cook it thoroughly enough. And it'll still cook thoroughly enough where I'm not food poisoned. So I tried that yesterday. wasn't that bad. But I didn't have the rice fixed. I'm dealing with one stove, with one. I'm dealing with one spot in the stove. So how can that work? Well, I'm not using rice. Well, why not? I mean, I could have used the rice earlier. Yeah, I could have used. Next time I'll think about that one. Get them in the right house. Uh, keep that on the back. Keep the lid on it so it'll keep slightly warm. But I still have the main burner to work with and cook with that. Then I can add the hot liquid to the rice and it'll be okay. Tepid, but it'll work. But no, I discovered since I already had some pieces of thick bread, I used that. It's Texas bread, they called it. Or another name for the damn stuff. That's alright. I said I can use this kind of bread for French toast. Well, next time I go for bread run, I'll do that. I'll get me another loaf of that stuff and work with it for French toast. I'm game. So it was alright. Thick pieces of bread or even thin pieces of bread sop up the soup, so to speak. And it was alright. It wasn't exactly what the family would have done. I mean, hell. But no, it's what I've done. It's what I've done for survival at this point. See, I have to keep my cooking skills a bit sharp because I don't want to lose that. I sure as hell don't want to depend upon someone else's cooking, as in, uh, well, they're going to be buying the menu, and I'm not going to do the menu. I'm doing my own menu, but sometimes I do have a problem trying to decide what the hell I want. When you don't have a menu option planned out for the month or per day, it kind of gets a little rough at the edges. I can generally estimate what I'd like to use. I look at the buy again list that I get from Albertsons. The constant stuff that I've already bought, okay, it was on a constant basis. Sometimes I need variety on that. Throw in some stuff. I'll get a hankering for Mexican food. Okay, so I gotta buy stuff for Mexican food. It'll last about 2 or 3 days. Okay, that's cool. Um, Chinese, not much on that one. I haven't learned how to I haven't learned how to cook that one because I don't have the proper equipment for it. Let alone how to cook the damn thing in the first place. I mean, I've seen how people actually do it. Slap in the regular meat in there, get some juices, just keep the chicken moving on a constant basis. Basically, it's chicken broth with the chicken, and you're just cooking it in it. And once you get that one, then you get the vegetables in there. And then you get the bean sprouts, and you get the snow peas in it. Some onions. No peppers. They don't do that. I hadn't seen that. Water chestnuts, alright. My teeth can actually use them. And then there's the noodles. I can do the stir fry if I had the equipment for it. I can do the stir fry equipment on that. But I hadn't done that in a hell of a long while. So naturally, I have to keep looking for the Chinese food places, especially when I get a hankering for the damn stuff. But besides that, this is the regular everyday living kind of blog. This is not dealing with, did you hear about this person? Did you hear about that person? Oh, this person's such a weirdo, or this person's having a bad day. I can't stand this person over here. You know what drives me crazy is sometimes I'll look on social media, especially YouTube on that one, and I get all these other videos that I like to see what's going on, and sometimes the zeros and ones lock me into an algorithm here, algorithm box I can't get out of. I have to do something else new on the thing. But some of the stuff I keep running into always gets me triggered. Always gets me emotionally triggered that I'm crying my eyeballs out left and right. And that's just about, it's not about food. It's talk about missing people left and right. Family members being missed, right? Certain uh, famous people out there, celebrities. You grow up around them, get accustomed to them, and then they're gone. Not because they moved away, because they passed away. And that's, oh, it hurts like hell. Worse than that, you start watching media programs, fiction stuff, and you see how these characters are interacting with each other. And then automatically, boom, welcome to my life, welcome to my day. Some of the stuff I saved, I'll probably watch later. The other stuff I've already watched, I'll still watch it and probably talk about a little bit more about it. Because some of this stuff is just stressed out enough anyway. And I'm trying to stay away from the politics just for today because it's already insane enough as it is. I mean, we're dealing with a country that's already lost a leader. They're given 5 days of mourning, and after that, you go back to your regular lives. Or how about you have another politician going to be mouthing off like crazy, and we're going to do this, we're supporting you, I did this, I did this for you, I did this for you. I'm like, wait a second, you're supposed to be representing our country, not representing their country. So why the hell are you talking about their country? Like you're going to be an absolute advocate for them, but you're supposed to be elected representative for us. You're supposed to be advocate for your own damn constituents over here. That pisses me off. Yeah, I saw that video a while ago. It just it upset me a great deal. I know, and I just didn't even want to bother giving this politician her due, or lack of due anyway. Couldn't deal with it. Just, well, how dare you? And we need to do this. We need to do that. All I keep hearing is, wee. I'm like, oh, give me a freaking break on this. Now I'm getting into the role of it. Now I'm getting into the damn thing here. Or how about what would Jesus do about Donald Trump? Or would he be equating himself to Donald Trump? Or Donald Trump be equating to Jesus at this point? I'm like, why are you getting involved in this damn shit? Now we got the priests and other religious organizations got a dogpile in here. I'm like, so much for, trying to keep separation of religion from church and state over here. Yeah, we can pray about our leaders, but you got to be supporting these guys from the pulpit. Oh, give me a frickin' break. I mean, it just pisses me off and it upsets me on that one. That I got to deal with this shit. And I don't like dealing with that damn crap. I don't. It's bad enough when I'm starting to see here. I'm starting to read news about state takeovers for certain school districts because they can't perform. So the state's got to jump in there, either they're private or public. I got to deal with that crap. Oh my God. What else is new? In the private sector for the education, you got one state trying to give life support to the other state when it should have been in the primary state that the life support should have stayed. No, we don't have that one, do we? No, we don't have that one at all. Yeah. Some of the stuff I've got on here is basically video games, arcades, comics, sci-fi stuff, geology if I can find it, weather extremes. Okay, fine. But some of the stuff I get is politics, and I keep asking myself, why the hell am I watching and reading this shit? I don't know. I hear politicians going, yeah, welcome to democracy. But democracy sucks! Democracy sucks! Vote for me because I'm a schmucky kind of person. Yeah, welcome to democracy 101, I guess. Bad enough. How about this one? I came across some articles on YouTube about vintage stuff. Well, 80s and 90s would be considered vintage because it's in my territory where I was in my temperate youth, from the teens all the way through the 20s, so I call that vintage. or even the 70s would be considered vintage. You got to be a kid during those days. And some of the food I ate back then, I ate, but what they kept showing is, oh, these foods went away, or these foods did this or did that. And I'm watching some of these channels on YouTube. I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. Pardon my language, but you got to be freaking kidding me at this point. Ah, hell with it. I'll just use the language. Fuck it. So you're gonna tell me that fried spam went away? Really? I got several cans of this crap in the storage room. I'll use them from time to time, and they're still good. It's like they're from the ancient times. Uh, like several months ago, ancient. They're still usable, but they'll last for a bit. Not like they're from World War II. But even that, they talk about cereals, they talk about cooked foods, breakfasts, lunch, dinners. Do you remember this product? Do you remember that product? I'm like, yeah, but you got it all wrong, you twits. Tang for one of those damn things was developed, yeah, they said for the astronauts, and put out there for the general market to use. I remember drinking that damn stuff for orange juice, but also I remember drinking Minute Maid, the frozen orange concentrates. Did they ever talk about that shit? No? Fuck. Big ass honking tubes like this. Something like that. Put it into your gallon or two of a juice thing here. Cold water. Wait for that stuff to melt into it, and then you get your orange juice. Put a topper on the container. Put that in the refrigerator. There's your daily amount of orange juice. It'll last maybe about 2 or 3 days if you're lucky, or maybe more than that if we're not lucky. We're not drinking as much, but every day you gotta have your orange juice or lemonade for that matter. Did the same thing for Minute Maid. Minute Maid did the same shit back then in the 70s. Growing up as a kid, that's how we got our orange juice. Until I discovered Tang. Then I drank the Tang. I went back to the Minute Maid. Oh yeah, I went back to the Minute Maid on that one. I did the Minute Maid. These days I'm drinking the Tang because it's cost effective. I'll tell you what's even worse, and you'll probably scratch your heads on this one. Try mixing Gatorade orange drink with the Tang orange stuff. Weird ass taste. That's also where I'm getting the damn mold growth anyway. In the liquid in those plastic bottles. Talked about it in my last video on that shit. That's a way of stretching things out anyway. I mean, I'm constantly drinking these things. Maybe about one or two a day of water and juice. These things are 32 ounces. So that's a lot of liquid going through the system. And Gatorade's become my soda. I like it. I'm drinking it. But it's not on a constant IV usage. But I'm also drinking the water like crazy because I definitely need the water. So it's not like I'm drinking sodas, but I am drinking a soda. I'm drinking Gatorade and I'm drinking Tang. It's mixed at the same time. But it lasts. It lasts maybe about a month or two. And after that, I got to get it replaced. It's better than doing the soda cans or soda bottles all the damn time. My brother did that a long time ago. Where he ended up. Yeah. So I have to keep it liquidated on mine with plenty of water going through my system. My bladder and my kidney hates me. But that's the things I do in living life. I was talking about the vintage food, didn't I? Yeah. Different recipes that people had that I've heard of but never done. Here's the food I had. I remember growing up and eating hominy. This round, starchy thing. A bit of salt and pepper and butter, and that's what you ate. Ma didn't fix hominy all that much. If I went to a pre-nursing school, and they fixed that shit. Must have been the cheapest damn shit they fixed. What? They couldn't fix it with spam? Trying to watch my sodium level? Shit. Would have been nice to put some cheese on top of the damn thing. That would have been gone great. No, couldn't afford the cheese. Butter, salt, and pepper. Anyway, school lunches, that's one thing. School lunches, they'll serve you whatever kind of slop it is. Chili mac, so spaghetti. Because it didn't taste like marinara. Sure as hell didn't taste like any other kind of spaghetti sauce. So it's like chili mac. Pizza went over like lead part. No, that went like we're at primo. Cheese pizza, not to mention sausage. That's the primo right there, the sausage. At home, we had recipes. One time at a church, growing up, I was still in my temperate youth, getting into the teenage years. We had gotten a cooking book. One of them we experienced in a potluck one time was chicken and rice dish. There was a mixture, there was a ratio on this one of cream of celery, cream of mushroom, and cream of chicken. And then there's mushrooms. Once you get your bases on that, and milk added to it, also with ratios, you'd have your sauce basically. The chicken would have to be placed in the damn thing, and how it worked. That worked very well in a slow cooker. It works better in a frying pan, but you know it still works okay. I could still eat it somewhat. But you have to be careful with the damn cooking. In an oven, you do about 3 or 4 hours. Actually, 2.5, 3 hours to make sure the chicken's cooked thoroughly enough. In a slow cooker, it's about 4 to 6 hours. You really had to watch it on this one. You had to parboil your chicken to a point where it's basically almost cooked thoroughly. Throw it into the damn crock pot. Do the layering at this point over here. Layer I had to put some butter in the damn thing. A lot of butter. Had to add grease in it. So you got your greasy stuff on the bottom with the soup, and then a layer of rice, and then a layer of soup, and then a layer of rice. I mean, you had to smear this stuff all over the place, make sure it's not. Ugh. Had to be a layer, and then place the chicken, and then put the soup, and then put the rice, bury it on top of it. Some more soup. If there's any left on it. So you basically got about a multi-layer over here going to be burying with that chicken. What was it, about 350? Covered it with foil on a damn thing. So about 2.5, almost 3 hours cooking it, and the rest of the half hour had to have it browned a bit. So you remove the foil on that one, and it's supposed to cook. So we did that. We had it on some days when we could actually afford to get the chicken like that, and that's cool. Spam, well, I had spam sandwiches like crazy. I had cheese sandwiches. I mean, blocks of cheese with mayonnaise and bread. There's your lunch right there. Peanut butter and jelly on a constant basis on that one. Tuna noodle casserole. Oh yeah, that's an endeavor right there. Endeavor. Yeah, I'm wasting too much time on this one. Yeah. Probably do another video to waste time.